Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we will discuss about the fast MCP. So if you talk about in a simple word, this is about how AI tools like Claude or ChatGPT can actually go and do things in the real world, like check a database, send an email, or look something up instead of just chatting with us. So in our day-to-day life, we all use ChatGPT. So what we will simply do, we will write a prompt in the form of our questions and then send it, and then ChatGPT responds our questions. Okay, so with fast MCP we can make this like if you want to perform or do any actions, this fast MCP will help us. Okay, you all must heard about it or many of you maybe use it. So let's understand exactly what it is, why it matters, and how we can use it. Okay, so these are the points we will cover today. First we will understand what is MCP, then we will talk about the problems fast MCP was built to solve. After that I'll show you the three building blocks of fast MCP, like tools, resource and prompts. Then we will look at real code, like just 8 or 9 lines to build first working tool, and then understand the architecture, runs a server, and finally see a real world use case. Okay. Okay, so let's understand with basics. What is MCP? So it is an open standard, open source framework introduced by Anthropic in November 2024. Let me explain with something we all deal with every day, like our mobile chargers or laptop chargers. A few years ago, every phone had a different charger, right? iPhone had one type, Samsung had another, your old Nokia had a totally different one. Your laptop needed one cable, your phone needed another, your camera needed another, and it was a completely mess. Let's suppose if you forgot your charger at your friend's house, you were stuck. There is charger, but your device will not fit in. Then USB-C came into pictures. Okay, so now one cable charges almost everything. Your phone, your laptop, your earbuds. One standard works everywhere. So MCP does the same thing for AI. Instead of building custom connections between every AI systems and every external tool, one standard protocol works all of them. And before MCP, like if a company wanted their AI to talk to their email or their database or their calendar, they had to build three completely different custom connections. Okay, one for like their email, one for their database, and one for their calendar. Like having three different charger for three different devices. So this is the USB-C for AI. One universal plug instead of different one. Okay. Okay. So MCP is great, but if you try to build an MCP server from scratch without any help, it's actually quite painful. Building it yourself from zero is hard work. It's like deciding a cook a fancy meal completely from scratch, like grow the vegetables, grind the spices, make the sauce by hand. Possible? Actually, this is possible, but slow and easy to get wrong. We we would have to write raw JSON RPC message. We would need to manually define how request and response are structured. We would have to build the server life cycle and transport layer from scratch. So there is a lots of low level code and higher chances of making mistakes. And that has nothing to do with what we actually want to build. So that's the problem FastMCP solves for us. Okay. With FastMCP, we just write a normal Python function that we already know, like how to write. We add one line, a decorator called @mcp.tool, and FastMCP handles everything else. It auto generates the schema from your type hints. It manages the server, transport, and protocol. And it saves us a lot of time and help us avoid mistakes. Okay, so this is the problem the fast MCP solves. Okay, now let's understand what is fast MCP. So basically it is a Python framework. It helps us to build a fully working MCP server using plain Python functions. It handles the protocol in the background so that we can focus entirely on our logic. Now look at our four key benefits of fast MCP. First, it's Pythonic. We just decorate our normal functions, no protocol code needed here. The second, it auto generates a schema from our type hints and docstring. Third, it's fast to set up a working server in under 10 lines of code. And fourth, it's production ready. It supports authentications, deployment, and multiple transport methods. So it's real framework designed to go all the way from prototype to productions. Okay. Now let's understand the fast MCP in more details. Everything in fast MCP is built from three core concepts. The first is resource. Resources are the data the AI can read but not act on. Think of a file, a document, a read-only database record. The AI can see it and use it, but it cannot change it. And the second is tool. So tool are functions the AI can call to take actions. For example, send email, query database, or create ticket. When the AI needs to do something in the real world, it calls a tool. The third is prompt. These are reusable templates for common requests. For example, you might have a pre-built prompt that says summarize the support ticket. Instead of writing that instruction every time, we save it as a prompt and reuse it. Okay. So we can simply remember this as a source means read things, tool means do things, and prompt means say things. Now let's look at actual code. Here is a complete working MCP tool in 8 lines of Python. 8 or 10 lines of Python. Okay. So the first line import fast MCP. The second line create a server that gives it name as my server. Then we define a function called add that takes two integer and returns an integer. The docstring says add two numbers and the last lines runs the server. That's it. That's a real MCP tool. Here @mcp.tool decorator. This one line is what transform a regular Python function into something the AI can call. And without it, it's just a function. With it, it's become a callable tool. Okay. And the type hints. The int this automatically becomes the tool's input and output schema. The AI knows exactly what to send in and what to expect back. You don't write any of that schema manually. And the doc string add to number. This is what the AI read to decide when to use this tool. It's like a label or description that tells the AI what this tool is for. So the three things: one decorator, one set of type hints, one doc string. That's all it takes. Okay. Now let's understand the complete architecture. So there are three layers in this system. At the top is the AI client that could be on Claude desktop or any chat app. It sends request and uses the result. In the middle is our fast MCP server, our Python code. This is where you define your tools, resources, and prompts. At the bottom is the real world database, API files, external services, all of that. Okay. So the flow is two-way. The AI sends a request, the fast MCP server receive it, run the matching functions, send the result back to the AI. So here AI decide what to ask for. Your server decide how to do it. So here we understand like the AI is the brain and our fast MCP server is the hands. Okay. Okay. So how do we actually get started? So there are basically four steps. The first step, install. Just run pip install fastmcp one command. Step 2, define. Write your Python functions and add @mcp.tool as a decorator. Okay. Step 3, run. Run Python server.py and your MCP server start running. Step 4, connect. Point Claude or any MCP client at your server and you are live. So that's the whole setup. Most people can get a working server running in under 10 minutes on their first try. Okay, so that's all for today. Thank you. See you in the next.